What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make this flat top EBL 26650 into a button top. So if you want to run these in series and you butt it up against one another, you can't, because you can see it's a flat top. So the way we're going to remedy that is we're going to take a piece of sandpaper, and then, as I already did, and hopefully you could see, yep, that's showing up, you just want to make a little circular motion right in the center of the cap. You want to take some flux over there. After you put the flux on, let me get this in focus. You can see all I did is just put a little dab of flux where I sand it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our solder. You're going to have your soldering iron heating up. Make sure you clean the tip. And then we're going to take our solder and we're going to apply a nice little blob of solder to the tip of our iron. And then we're going to take the top of our battery. And if I don't get this on camera, I'm sorry, but you'll see it in a bit. You're going to just dab the iron right to it. And you don't want to hold the iron on it, because that is not going to, or that's going to heat the cell up. Doing and talking is a bit hard. So you can see now that in focus there, that flat top has a little button top on it. Now we're not done yet. You want to get a can of flux remover. You want to take a piece of paper towel and you want to squirt that flux remover on here, and then what you want to do is just wipe that flux off. Once you got that flux remover off, you have a nice clean joint, and now there's a button top. Now you can run them in series. You'll repeat this for every cell that you have, and I recommend after you're done doing that, you know, make sure you put it back in its case and carry on with the rest of them. And it does fit in the case. I just can't seem to get around the camera. You can see that. So now we'll do the rest of them. Now, a word of caution: when you're doing this, after you solder it, make sure, let me grab it from here, take your fingernail and really go around the cell, rotate it and go around that cell, and make sure you don't have a cold solder joint, because if that solder falls off and it goes in here and it gets between the jacket and this, you're gonna have a world of problems. So err on the side of caution. Each cell you do, make sure you check that you got a good joint, that it's not a cold solder joint that's gonna pop off. Turn the ohm meter on, and you set it to DC volts, and we're gonna lay these cells down. And make sure they're in series, meaning negative, positive, and then positive to the negative side over here on the battery. And if we touched these before, you weren't gonna, if you touched the negative over here to the negative and then your positive over here to the positive, you weren't gonna get a reading, because that button wasn't making contact. So if we put these two together now, you have what they call series wiring. And if we look over here on the meter, when I touch negative and I touch positive, we should see 7.4 volts or thereabouts. And there you go, you saw 7.10. So we know that we have a good connection. and you can see, you know, the space in between the batteries isn't that much. It's just enough. We can go ahead and test the other pack that I did. We'll get them out. Again, same deal. Negative, positive, negative, positive, negative to negative, positive to positive. Help if I turn the freaking meter on again. So there you go, you got 7.21 volts on those two. Put them back in their cases and then seal that up. Or you can put them in a proper flashlight, not this one, but a proper one that does take two 26-650s, or put them in storage. Make sure they're in the case.